When I think of all the stupid things I've done to mess this up, I fall apart. And I think about the ways you showed me love. I shake my head, it breaks my heart. I found myself in the shadows. I stuck myself in this hole. I threw myself in the battle. I made this bet on my own.
Tobela Sanbonane Ralocha Kilhonolo Patrick Lalidwaba right here, more the side of my story.
Hi viewers at home, my name is Evangelist Zanele Okuche. Today I'm joining Obrale Hlonolo Lidwaba.
I want to start by saying Basotho bari libitso libi kisromo. It is very possible that you can be living with people around you, but you don't know what they think about you because somebody said something about you and people do not have the final story, and you are there, you are saying, I wish I can go there, or people can know the side of my story. Welcome to the side of my story. Today, well, we were approached, or she wrote this SMS to us, and I want people to know the side of my story. I have a guest. Things happened, and she ended up killing a girl, and she found herself being in trouble and being in prison. And where she is, she says, I wish people can know really what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ntokozo in our show. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I believe you are well. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm very, very, very well. I was so touched by your story, your SMS. It was so touching. And it's people like you that we are so happy to have them in our show so that people can be there and understand and have full understanding of Hantentle Uyetsaheting. But before we continue, maybe greet people at home and tell them who you are and what are you doing?
Igama lami Ntokozo Mogahatebe. I'm from Slovo. Actually, currently I was from Dobsonville, but now I've moved to Slovo. And ngihlala no mama and my kids. Yeah, that's
Mom,
all I can.
okay.
Yes.
So mama with your kids. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids.
Oh, 2 kids.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, how did you grow up?
I'm the firstborn, and then Nukunosisong Landelayo, and then the lastborn. Sibai mama. Nkule ekaya eli right, and beskonuk afford, but not like too much. But beskonuk afford some things.
I want to ask you how old you are. I know women are very particular when you come to that. And how was the environment in the house when you grew up? So you grew up in the absence of the father?
Yes.
Is your father still alive?
No.
He's not alive?
No. My dad died 2014. So actually my dad was not there. He was there but not there. He was like an absent father.
So both the person who took care of you is a single mother?
Yes.
Mama was single?
No, ngikhule no mama bekune stepfather.
Okay.
Yes, so ngikhule so mama with my stepfather. Growing up, it was okay until kuba nomunye umntwana and izinto zachinja. Because
from the mother?
From my mother.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are the firstborn in the house?
I'm the firstborn. Okay. Yes, kumama. And so izinto zibile zachinja lapho, and there was abuse, and you see.
Abuse from the mother?
From the stepfather. After umama singanomntwana ne stepfather. My stepfather was a supportive father before kuba nabantwana abayi-2. And then when my mom gave birth to umntana Kala, then that's when he started to be abusive towards me, like physically and emotionally. Like because ukukhombisa ukuthi awusumntanami, like ukhuluma izinto ezikanjalo now because sekunomntwana wakhe, sekunalento lokuthi now uyangibandlulula, something like that. But then I wouldn't say ngikhule kabi.
Okay.
But then abuse le besendlini it triggered a lot.
Okay.
Because I ended up nami sengiba ku relationship which is abusive. Yes, but yeah, umama beka there.
Okay, the mom was there. So
Yes.
the abuse was on the mother or was on the children, or was on you guys? The abuse from the stepfather was?
He actually abused me.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. Yeah, but it was not sexually, it was just physically and
Okay.
emotionally.
Okay.
Yes.
It was an ongoing thing.
Yes.
Will you say you grew up very angry somehow? How did it affect you, that issue of the abuse?
I would say ngikhule ngigcine sengiba like angry, and I thought maybe umuntu wesilisa kumele akuphathe the way stepfather sami singiphatha
Eish,
ngakhona. That's why ngigcine sengihlala ku relationship abusive, because ngibona endlini and ayikho enye engiyaziyo. My mom, if ngingasho, my mom that time was so in love with the guy. So I remember there was a time where ubaba lona had to uthatshela mama ukuthi she has to choose between me and him. So I had that conversation. My mom didn't know that I had that conversation. So ngizwe umama matshela umngani wakhe ukuthi, you know what, umuntu wami uthi so, but I don't know what to do. So that hurt me a lot, because umzali wakho, how can angazi ukuthi ayenzeni if indoda imtshela ukuthi she must choose between yena nomntanakhe. So it's in time ngiqeda ukuyizwa leyo conversation, then I asked my mom to move out and stay with my grandma.
So then when you now got the boyfriend, and obviously hearing somebody saying I love you, and at the same time they are beating you, they are doing all this thing, but wahlala khona.
Ngahlala khona kube worse, especially mase kuba nomntwana, because I had that thing ukuthi I don't want my kids to grow up the way ngikhule ngakhona.
Without a father.
I want ubaba abe khona nami ngibe khona. So leyo nto le ibila yenza ukuthi ngihlalele nento izinto ezibhlungu, because ngilwela leyo nto lokuthi abantwana bami ngifuna bakhule ubaba are there.
You know, not judging Ntokozo, but I'll be clear. As a mother, you should forever choose your children over anything. And when I say forever choose your children, I don't mean condone when they do wrong and stand with them. You are there as a parent because you can't move away when the community and all of us are moving. But as a mama, you were supposed to choose the side. If that man could look at you in your eyes and say to you, choose between me and your son, your daughter, you should have told him, go to put away, just go. You should have never done that, because that changed a lot of things in Ntokozo. And I think that's what made Ntokozo to cling to a relationship abusive, because he wanted to abantwana bakhe banga experience the same thing that I experienced with stepfather. So umama should have.
We are still with Ntokozo, telling us about the side of her story. And if you just came in right now, this is the side of my story, and we are with Ntokozo. We're going to take a break right now, and we will hear much about what really happened, because she found herself in prison because she took somebody's life. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Welcome back here, more the side of my story. If you just tuned in, this is the side of my story. Believe me, if I was you, I was not going to move, because we are about to go to the crux of the matter about our sister here, Ntokozo. And my sister, I just wanted to take the sip of water, because we are about to take the gear to another level. If it was automatic, we'll take you to the spot. Yeah, we are getting to another level. Like right now, I believe that we have known you actually, your background, who you are. Now, I want us to get to the side of your story, because right now, some people, obviously, they are looking at you. They are saying you are the murderer. You have taken somebody's life.
Yes.
And maybe before even we get to other things, what really happened? What really made you to end up seeing that happen? Like, what really happened? Because I believe that other people, are hearing other stories, but the person who really knew the story is you. What really happened that day and what pushed you to end up getting to that?
At first it was okay. Yonke into iqale nje kahle kahle when he took my virginity. That's when azibonisa my true colors akhe. Then sekune cheating phakathi, sekunokushaya phakathi. Kuyabona umuntu accuse you of things that you didn't even know, like you didn't even do, just because angazi ukuthi ufila kanjani. But then yonke into iqale kanjalo. Kwaba worse ke mase ngiba pregnant. He wanted me to ukuthi ngenze abortion, but azange ngayenze abortion, and then kwaba worse, sahlukana, siyabuyelana, like bese kuyinto nje toxic.
Abantu, they find themselves most of the time in relationships, and they are staying not because bayathandwa, they are being abused, they are being molested, they are being abused physically and emotionally, but abantu somehow they fear being alone. Bayasaba to be on their own. You know, I always believe, good, you are born alone. Boy one mauzala no mamako. You were born alone. You were not two unless you are twins. You can make it. If you corner when you can still move on. You must never allow things to limit you. But it's not all of us, of course, have got that strength to say, I'm going to come out of this, I'm going to make out of this. You build that, and uNkulunkulu Thixo helps you to build that, because uNkulunkulu uthi He's got plans for you, plans to prosper you. You know that God has plans for you, not for us.
The girl whom I heard ubekahlala is same street as me, and ubaba bantwana wami naye bekahlala same street. So into yakhona isuke ithatha isikhathi eside, because I had to ukuthi ngimamele ezinye izinto, like intombazane ugcine sekaba nomntwana with ubaba bantwana bami. Alright, and then untombazane bese sekanalento le ukuthi ukwazi ukuthi ayuse umntwana ukuthi azothola the guy. Ngelanga lokugcina, which is bengi off ilanga lakhona, and then I was pregnant that time. Iziyenzeke into yakhona.
Pregnant with the
second born.
Okay.
Yes. So bekumuntu ongilandayo like a bus stop, because bese ngichayisa late. If ngene like emini then chayisa late angilande bus stop. So the last day azange ngilande. Then I had to call him ngimtshela ukuthi ungasaphinde kungilande, because ungibonisile ukuthi you don't care about me and this child that I'm carrying, you know. So the following day, mfana uyeza ujabulile. I didn't expect that, because sisilwile izolo ebusuku and ufake izinto ezintsha, and you ask yourself, okay, uzithatha lezi zinto lezi, because I'm the one who's doing almost everything for him. And then in my mind I was like, okay, maybe it's this girl. Bukalis if phone call, and then he took out the phone, my keepy phone, this phone, it's the phone yale ntombazane, and then I got angry. Ifoni yale ntombazane ifuna ngu asebenzise the very same story, as if I don't do into angayifuni. She's gonna take my kid to Durban, yabo yonke lento le. Yo, and that day I said, you know what, I'm tired. I'm really tired. And now to me it was like, okay, intombazane we ngathi
push out
almost this thing of ours. Yes. So okay, I had to sing yakhala ke lapho ngiyamxosha. So mangimxosha, my aunt ubile wezwa nje umsindo lokhu ngibhizi ngimxosha, because I was crying then, you know, because angithi manje bengi pregnant nama hormones, yabo. So my aunt mayifika lapha na wamtshela ukuthi uyayibona situation ukuthi injani, and this person akakumelanga ukuthi akwade, so ucela ukuthi ulalele lento ayishoyo. So mangibuyela back to endlini, that's when ngizwa ama voices amaningi nje angitshela izinto ezi different. Then I had to take a knife from endlini, then went to the street, because remember he was staying same street and this girl was staying same street as me. So mangifika, and then I saw them walking by two, and lokho kwavele kwangenza ukuthi ngibe even worse, because ngiceda ukumxosha like now, and then you go back to the same girl futhi. So everything just happened so fast there. Then there's blood, intombazane wile laphayana. Then ingqondo nayise yabuya, I had to run for my life, because manje umphakathi uyaphuma and nami nje ngiyasaba. So I had to go to my grandmother's house for lo malanga I4, and until ngizihambise emaphoyiseni, because now my pictures were all over bangfuna, because I wasn't ready. you know, especially mangizwa ukuthi the girl kahle kahle ushonile, and then how senginalento ukuthi me ngibulala umuntu yabo. So I wasn't ready ukuthi ngazihambisa ngaleso sikhathi leso, but then ngigcine ngizihambisa emaphoyiseni.
And when you left her, she was already dead, or you just saw the blood all over?
I don't know ukuthi ushonele khona lapho, but mangizwa bathi ushonele esibhedlela. Mase ngizwa later on ukuthi ntombazane ibile yashonele esibhedlela.
As a spiritual person, as a pastor, life is spiritual. And for many people, that's a very light statement, but it's a very pregnant statement. There are things that are happening in the physical, but you don't see what's happening in the spiritual. Ntokozo said a very important thing. Uthi makangena endlini, she began to hear voices telling her to do a lot of things. You can argue with voices, but life is spiritual. Something happened there. The devil is wicked. If you don't know, I'll tell you today. The devil is wicked. He will say things go and tell you because Satan uyasebenza anger. Where there's anger, you must know the devil is there. He will always play with your mind, and there's voices that's nothing saying to you, Ntokozo, come down, Ntokozo, come down. So that will happen. And if Awuko is strong, if your spirit, if you are not a spiritual person, if you don't have a relationship with God, if Ekaya, you were not taught to pray, if Ekaya, you don't have a background, days will come. There are different days. There are days and there are certain days. On certain days, you need to know what to do. Pray and come down. Just take a moment. Come down. Life is spiritual. There are many things as Umuntu is stopping on a robot. What makes a person to get out of the car and begin to pull a gun and shoot a person? Is it anger? Is it because this person woke up on the wrong side? No, life is spiritual. Opportunity anger wangena wasebenza ngayo. You find it that in the holy book that I love more than all the other books in the world. You find stories like that. So you know what in imperial spiritual, you gotta be strong and be spiritually filled for you to fight this life.
We're going to take a break right now. You can hear the side of Ntokozo's story. And we will be back, and when we are coming back, we'll touch some few things, and we shall have Pastor Zanele to come and be part of this. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Welcome back, more the side of my story. Remember, I'm your host, Lali Dwaba. Just before the break, Ntokozo was just telling us about how all these things happened, that she ended up really taking the knife and stepping this girl who was going out with the father of her children, because now there was a real fight and she was getting so much angry, and she ended up taking the life and now running away. But then right now, before we even go deeper into the crux of the matter, I'm not alone. We are going to have Evangelist Zanele Okuche in the house. Welcome her right now. Wow, this is so wonderful.
Hi,
I am well. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We are so excited to have you today.
Lovely to be here.
Yeah, we really are blessed to have you. And I'm with Ntokozo. She's our guest today. And Ntokozo, this is our Evangelist Zanele Okuche.
Nice.
Thank you.
We'll hear much from her because you heard the story.
Yes,
you heard the story.
yes,
But just before we go there, let me just come back to Ntokozo. Obviously, before the break, you spoke about now you saw the blood, and as you saw what you did and the community coming to you, obviously being very angry, you had to run, going to the grandmother. And at that time, obviously, you are pregnant. And so now, obviously, they've arrested you. You are in prison. So how was the life of prison? How was it now, knowing that now this is a reality? Life has changed. Life has changed. I'm no longer in Dobsonville. I'm no longer with my grandmother. So now, how was it? How was the environment?
I felt like I was falling apart. But then, because ngithathile irresponsibility of what I did, and kubuhlungu abantu balahlekelwe umntana wabo, which is angekaza abuye. Whether bangipha 8 years or bangipha 25 years, she's not gonna come back. So as much as bekubuhlungu, but I felt ukuthi at least nabo bazothula ipeace nyana ukuthi okay, uboshiwe for what she did to umntana wethu.
And I can imagine your child was how old now?
Which one?
The last born.
The last born, Mangbosha, he was 1 year, 5 months. Mang sentenzwa.
And now you were obviously talking and
yes,
stuff like
yes. And ucabangeke Mangbosha, he didn't even know how to talk or walk because uthathe nesikhathi ukuyenza zonke lezi zinto lezi. So I thought maybe anyeka azangazi ukuthi I'm his mother, you know, because nakhona bamthathe nakimi asasemncane na 4 months because bengilokhu busy attend court. So mama me waba like, okay, ithi umntwana simthathe ukuthi ajwayele ukuthi uhlala nathi because asazi ukuthi kuzoyenzakalani, maybe uzosentenzwa. So umntwana amlethela kithi wena while you are away because I was not allowed to ngibuyele back to the place where I used to stay because of a family and the community.
I can imagine. Well, Sizanele, you heard the story. I'm asking just to come in and really intervene. Here she is. She's out now, obviously on parole. So I'm asking to come in and just to have a conversation with our sister.
I am happy that Ntokozo got an opportunity and he used it to write to, this is my side of the story, for her to be able to tell a side of the story. Many people, they don't have that chance in life. And I know good, it's not only about her. There's always 3 sides to every story. One side, the other side, and the truth. Ntokozo has told her side. There's another side, a family that was affected. La mama, na la tata, and uncle, the cousins, they lost a sister, a daughter, a friend, and a cousin that they loved so much. And we really say, may her soul continue to rest in peace. And we pray for that family and ask Uba uNkulunkulu will heal them. But it's a wound they will never close. Ntokozo was in prison for 1,360 days, which is 4 years. And I believe that all those nights, if you are in that situation, she thought about the girl and the act and the guy and what happened. And umama as well, Ntombazana, she also went through the same thing, and she's also going through, and probably she will go through it until she dies. For the rest of life, it will never go umtanaka geko. And she will always relate umtanake ongeko to Ntokozo okona. She will sometimes wish kuti Ntokozo makangabi khona. It's a human nature. But ubuthixo obubakithi buthi, we forgive. And it's a difficult thing that maybe I will ask her to do. No baba, I've not experienced and somebody will judge me and say that. But give me a chance. It is a painful thing. No Ntokozo uyashona akabuyi umntwana. No Ntokozo uyasafara akabuyi umntwana. It is painful what Ntokozo did. But I love what she said, that it was not my intention, something that does happen. Mkoleleni, and the community is angry. Bakula nabo boy too. And the community loved Ntokozo and loved the other girl. Bebathanda bonke. And some of them, I bet the community is torn in between. Konaba understand Ntokozo and laba understand I'm support. I'm not supporting what Ntokozo did. I am here to encourage her, and I am not supporting the act, but being the person that I am and standing in the office as I am as a pastor, it has happened, and we are very sorry. And we are here to say, let's continue, let's forgive one another. It's a painful thing to do. One of my friends used to say to me, actually my husband, that's my friend anyway, he always says, if you don't learn from other people's stories, you might not have a chance to learn from your own. So we'll use Ntokozo's story to learn. You are in that situation, you're in that relationship, pause. Pause. Maybe just get out. Some people are not worth going to prison for. She was able to go to prison. Who knows, you might not make it. So learn from the story.
What a wonderful, thank you so much, Evangelist Zanele. I hope really you've heard and you will take this and face the world and go there. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate. And maybe for about 10 seconds, what can you say to somebody maybe who's going through what you're going through?
Okay. Firstly, I would advise that person to know when to leave the relationship, because now we tend to sibekezele nezinto ezibuhlungu just because sinalezi zinto lokuthi yazini baba abantwana bami, you know, I've been long with this person to start over again. It's okay to start over than ukuthi uhlale ku relationship abusive. It's really draining.
Thank you so much. Now you can bring your story, the side of your story. I know many of you want to vent out, you want to say things. People have said things, the community and other people, even when they look at you passing, they are saying, Nalo, this one has done this, that one has done this. But you can come here. There are numbers on the screen, and you can SMS us, you can WhatsApp us, you can write an email, and you too, you can be part of this and come and clear your name.
Hi, this is Ntokozo. This was my side of the story.
When I think of all the stupid things I've done to mess this up, I fall apart. And I think about the ways you showed me love. I shake my head, it breaks my heart. I found myself in the shadows. I stuck myself in this hole. I threw myself in the battle.